In 1869, 5 small churches gathered to form the Los Angeles Baptist Association. This is how our ministry story began 154 years ago. Since that time, our growing family of churches has been committed to sharing the gospel and making disciples. While the mission has remained unchanged, there have been strategic changes. In 1869, we were the Los Angeles Baptist Association. In 1895, the Southern California Baptist Convention. In 1977, the American Baptist Churches of the Pacific Southwest, and we moved our office from downtown Los Angeles to Covina. Fast forward 20 years.
In 1997, I was called to become the executive minister of the American Baptist Churches of the Pacific Southwest. That was the beginning of the most improbable and challenging 13 years of my life. Elaine and I were uplifted by the warm welcome and vibrant ministries we saw in action in the churches of the ABC PSW. These ethnically diverse congregations, spread over 5 states, were united in their commitment to the authority of the Bible and their vision to reach their communities for Christ. We were proud of the fact that of all the regions in the American Baptist Churches USA, the Pacific Southwest was first in giving to missions and first in planting new churches. As an executive minister in a region affiliated with the American Baptist Churches, I had responsibilities both in our region and our national denomination. Year after year, I saw how deeply divided our national denomination was. Divisive issues surfaced time after time, and by 2006, the overwhelming majority of pastors and leaders in our region concluded that the constant collisions with our national denomination were hindering us from strengthening churches in their mission to transform their worlds for Christ. Refocusing on what was essential, the American Baptist Churches of the Pacific Southwest became Transformation Ministries. An intensive, prayer-filled planning process resulted in a ministry focus centered around 3 core competencies. And in 2011, Dr. Willie Nolte was called to become the new mission lead.
I was drawn by the mission articulated in our core competencies: developing pastors as healthy leaders, coaching churches to health and missional vitality, and expansion through church planting partnerships. Over the next 12 years, Transformation Ministries intentionally pursued this mission through these core competencies. As I reflect now, I think that the decision and commitment by the board and the entire team to invest to thrive instead of protect to survive allowed us to open a new and important chapter. A significant development was moving from a traditional, geographically based entity to a mission-driven network to support leaders in churches. This included expanding the ministry from Southern California and the development of hubs in areas around the country where we had a TM presence. As a pastor myself, I personally resonated with our primary focus on identifying, supporting, and equipping pastors to be spiritually healthy leaders as the key to effective churches. We wanted every pastor to know, TM is with you. You weren't meant to do ministry alone, so don't. I now see Transformation Ministries as a true national network supporting leaders in churches. Our next chapter invites us to keep the mission clear and pursue that mission in new and creative ways. In 2023, Dr. Kirk Mackey became the mission lead of Transformation Ministries. Throughout his ministry, Kirk has been deeply connected to and impacted by this family of churches.
And now I'm honored to build upon the legacy of these past leaders and their ministries to forge ahead with some new vision to further develop this national network of pastors and churches committed to the gospel and making disciples and developing spiritual leaders who will lead and finish well. Now, these are challenging and changing times, and yet God, I believe, is leading us into the best days still ahead for our network, and I'm very excited and honored to lead, to serve, and to bless each of you as we go forward by the Spirit of God for God's good future.